Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. The Philadelphia Eagles believe they have unfinished business as year 2 of the FSFL begins. The NFC Champs were also one of only 3 teams to beat the 49ers during the regular season a year ago. And when they met San Francisco in the rain in the NFC Championship Game, they had every confidence they could do it again. But they lost Jalen Hurts, then lost Reggie White. And in the end, the 49ers proved too strong, winning to advance to Legends Bowl 1. Now, the Eagles start the climb again, but they started against a team that believes it can kind of shock people here in year 2. The Giants had a solid defense in year 1, and that gets stronger with this year's additions of Dexter, Lawrence, and Carl Banks. Can they get enough from their offense to make a push toward the postseason? They get a great test here in the opener, and they get it in heavy rain in the Northeast. Giants and Eagles from a soggy and stoked Philadelphia to wrap up week 1 of year 2 of the FSFL. Eagles will kick off to start things off. Giants will receive. And we are underway in a torrential rain here at the Link in Philadelphia. Ahmad Bradshaw with the kick return. Bradshaw gets it out to the 23, and that's how the Giants will get it started. And there is Kerry Collins. Collins, up and down a year ago. He racked up a bunch of yards, but he also threw a good amount of interceptions. They came at terrible times for the Giants. The Giants' defense was really what was leading them. They've got a good pair of running backs here in Morris and Johnson. Starts off with Joe Morris. He picks up a yard. He's brought down by Seth Joyner, and we are underway. It'll be 2nd and 9 for New York from the 24. Collins goes into the shotgun for Coach Bill Parcells. Nick Sirianni is the coach of the Eagles here in the FSFL. Collins looks towards the sideline, and it's complete. That's Homer Jones along the sideline, 20-yard out route out to the 44, and the Giants quickly have a first down. I thought the Giants would kind of go along the ground a bit more here in the heavy rain, but they have no compunction about throwing it early. 20-yard strike from Collins to Jones. Here's Morris. Morris tries to get off tackle. He'll pick up 6 out to the midfield strike, and it'll be 2nd and 4. There's a good angle. You can see the rain coming down heavily here in Philadelphia. High formation behind Collins. There's wide receivers to the low side. It's Morris again. He goes into the pile, and the ball is loose. The ball is loose. Who comes up with it? I'm not sure who has it. I believe the Eagles recovered. Morris goes into the pile. We're definitely going to get a replay, though, here. Morris may not have lost that ball until he hit the ground. It looked like Brandon Graham fell on it for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts and the offense taking the field here. They're going to try to get something going quick, but I got to think we're going to see a booth review on this one. It has not come down as of yet. I am a bit surprised. There it is. Took a little while. But the booth review will come for the fumble to see if Morris was down. Morris got stood up there, but I think he's down before that ball comes out. There you see, he hits the ground. It's fairly close, actually, but I believe that the Giants are going to get to retain possession here, and they will. 3rd and 2 from the 48, so the Giants avert disaster here on the opening drive. Giants maintain possession. Schaffner and Jones to the low side. 3rd and 2, handoff. It's Morris again, and Morris gets hammered by Corey Simon. stopped at the line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up, and just like that, the Giants' drive comes to a halt. 4th and 2, you could theoretically go for it here, but I do not believe that the Giants will, and they will not. Dave Jennings comes on to punt. Angle kick. There's a bit of a wind with the rain here. Out of bounds at the 21. Jennings would have loved to get a bit more on that one. Obviously not ideal conditions with the wind and the rain pouring down here at Lincoln Financial. So Jalen Hurts and the Eagles offense get to start their first drive of the new campaign. Remember, Jalen Hurts was injured on the first series of the NFC Championship Game against the 49ers. Carson Wentz played well in his stead, but still, Jalen Hurts gives you an entirely different skill set than Carson Wentz does. And there he is, showing that off here. And Jalen Hurts carries first play from scrimmage, and he picks up 24 out to the 44. And that is what Jalen Hurts brings to the table. He and Landon Collins get into it a bit at the end of the play. But Jalen Hurts wastes no time having an impact. Hurts the runner-up in the MVP voting to Cleveland's Jim Brown a year ago. Handoff slithering through. There's a flag on the play. Good gain will come back. Mike Quick, the wideout, actually gets hit with a clipping ball. That'll bring it back. 1st and 14 from the 40. D-Mass, how are you, my friend? That's the Hurts we know. Yes, absolutely. He's does it in the air, does it on the ground. Handoff. That's LaShawn McCoy. He picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the 43. See how much the weather influences how these two teams go about it. Again, ignore the coach, although the Eagles are actually set to be coached by Sirianni. Parcells is coaching the Giants. But we will have to look at the giant Brian Dable for the course of the game. Hurts looks to throw. He decides to keep it, tries to go somewhere, but he is shadowed by Brian Kelly, who brings him down. Only gets out to the 45. Pickup of a yard, maybe 2. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Eagles. Empty backfield. 4 wide, Hurts in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Steps up again, and again Hurts is going to take off, and he's going to get the first down. This Giants pass rush, these Giants can get after the quarterback, but they can leave some holes, and Hurts picks stuff like that apart. He is down in the Giants territory inside the 45. So Jalen Hurts doing it all with his legs here on the opening drive of year 2 for the Philadelphia Eagles. Wilbert Montgomery now joins Hurts in the backfield. 1st and 10, it's a fresh set to Philly. Handoff, there's Montgomery. Looks to get to the outside. There is not much there. He is gobbled up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing. It'll be 2nd and 10. Stays back there with Hurts, and again the handoff. This time Montgomery tries to go up the middle, and Harry Carson thumps it. Picks up a yard, but it'll be 3rd and 9, so this Giants defense swarming. On the handoff, they haven't been able to contain Hurts, but Hurts has decided to run. So far, McCoy and Montgomery haven't been able to get any traction. 3rd and 9 for the Eagles. Hurts stands in. And again, that opening opens up, and Hurts takes off. The Giants are going to have to shadow Jalen Hurts. 3 plays on this drive. Hurts has dropped back, looking to throw. The Giants have had coverage down the field, but they've left a decent amount of room, and Hurts has taken advantage of it each time. Down to the 30, a fresh set. 1st and 10, clock ticking towards 7 minutes left in the opening quarter. Here's LaShawn McCoy. McCoy down inside the 25 to the 24 to pick up the 6. The ledger will say that the Eagles haven't thrown the ball yet. Again, A couple of those were scrambles by Hurts. Those were not designed runs. First one, 2nd and 4, handoff, set up looking like an option, but he gave it to McCoy, who gets down to the 21, a yard short of the mark. It'll be 3rd and 1. Opening quarter, moving fairly quickly here in Philly. See how the Eagles play this on 3rd and short. Handoff, McCoy. First down and more. Inside the 15, inside the 10. LaShawn McCoy down in the 5. There is an injured Eagles player there. It's the rookie center, Jim Ringo. He's going to head off to the side. He's keeping his helmet on. That is the man who's going to want to come back into this game. Ringo, of course, real life a Hall of Fame center. Big addition to this Eagles offensive line. So the Eagles will have 1st and goal from the 5, 5:50 remaining in the opening quarter. Giants got a 1st down, but then were turned aside. Here, see, the Eagles have not passed it as of yet. In the heavy rain here in Philly. Handoff. Wilbur Montgomery dances in untouched. There is a flag, however, on the play. So hold the celebration for a moment. And it is holding against the Eagles. David Alexander, who just came in for the injured Jim Ringo, gets flagged for the penalty. That'll push the Eagles back. It'll be 1st and goal from the 13. So the points come off the board. Wondered why that was so easy, but Wilbur Montgomery hold helps explain that a bit. Boy, the lone setback. Handoff up the middle. Looks for a little room, slips through the first line, but then is gobbled up. Brought down at the 11. Pick up the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal. Shotgun here for Hurts. Fake. Stands. Looks. It goes to the air towards the sideline. No. Oh! Caught but out of bounds. Ruled incomplete. That throw maybe sailed a little bit. He had the man open there along the sideline. But it pulls them out of bounds, and instead it's 3rd and goal from the 11. Giants catch a break there. Hurts drops again. Stands, looks, tries to move, finds some room. Pursued from behind, but they're not going to get him. And Hurts scrambles in from 11 yards out. Jalen Hurts takes over the opening drive, and the Eagles come down the field to strike first here in the first week of year 2 of the FSFL, trying to chase Hurts down from behind. That is a losing proposition there. And again, the Giants are going to have somebody shadow Jalen Hurts here. Because if he sees those gaps, he's going to try to go through them. The extra point, however, is missed. So the 13-play, 74-yard drive gets 6 for the Eagles, but Sam Baker can't convert the extra point. And 6-0 will be the tally, 4:54 remaining in the first. Penalty. Well, I mean, that's true. They got into the end zone anyway. There you see David Alexander, the backup center. We'll see if Alexander stays in this game. We'll see how bad that injury to Jim Ringo is. So Baker with the kickoff. Giants will get their second crack at it. Kickoff is taken at the 11, brought out across the 25 to the 27 by Ahmad Bradshaw. Joe Morris and Ron Johnson, pair of backs for the Giants. Johnson got a little more action a year ago, but we've seen Morris as the lead guy on that opening drive here for New York. Formation behind Collins. Handoff. Morris up the middle. Out across the 30, gets a push from behind and a second effort. He picks up 8. out to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 2 for New York. To the low side again. And off and again it's Morris. And he gets popped trying to get outside. I believe that was William Thomas, and it was. Thomas up and Morris. It'll be 3rd and 1. It's a long one, but one nonetheless. Collins in the shotgun. There's the snap. Collins stands in, swings it down here to the near side, and the pass is caught but stepped out of bounds. And so he was ruled incomplete. Reeled in but didn't get the second foot down. I'm not sure if we'll see a review here. And we will not. So the Giants fail to convert. That's now happened to each team once. Dave Jennings will fire off the punt. Taken by Timmy Brown back at the 25. Out across the 30. He's brought down at the 31. And the Eagles will get their second drive of the game. So we'll see if the Giants learned anything from the opening drive. Again, Hurts really only had one designed run play at it. He dropped back to pass a few times. Giants had very good coverage, but they left gaps. Hurts scrambled. 5 carries on the opening drive from Jalen Hurts. Handoff, here's LaShawn McCoy. McCoy with a big run out across the 40, out across the 45, brought down at the 49. 6 carries, 50 yards for LaShawn McCoy. So the Eagles just driving it along the ground. So far in this one, and the Giants having a hard time stopping. In the shotgun, McCoy to his left. 2 receivers up top, 1 on the low side. Hurts dropped back, pass over the middle, broken up. They'll bring up the 2nd and 10. In the gun. Hand off. McCoy fights through 1 tackle, but is brought down. Not too much on that one. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the midfield stretch. Rain not showing any sign of letting up here in Philadelphia. Fake play action. Hurts looks down the field, incomplete. Mike Quick lays out, but he can't come up with it. Deep shot over the middle, incomplete. And it'll be 4th and 8 for Philadelphia. Hutton comes on for the punt to try to pin the Giants deep. Angled towards the sideline. It's going to be returned, actually. That's Bradshaw out across the 20 to the 25. Better start than I think the Giants thought they were going to get here on their 3rd drive. There's Kerry Collins. See what the Giants can come up with. And both teams have been very much on the ground, given the terrible weather conditions here in Philadelphia. And up, Morris gets crushed by Seth Joyner. Joyner knifes his way through and buries Morris for a loss of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. Down back at the 24. Collins goes into the shotgun. Drop back, stands in. Look, deep right-hand side, broken up. Quentin Michael in coverage. That was intended Gifford. But knocked away. It'll be 3rd and 11. Collins in the gun again. Stands in, looking. Good protection, but great coverage. Reggie White puts a shot on Collins, who ends up throwing it away incomplete. And the Giants will go 3 and out again. Reggie taunting Collins a bit at the end of that play. So 3 drives for the Giants, 3 punts as Dave Jennings sets up here. Again, rain and wind here in Philly. We'll see what kind of a punt Jennings is able to get. Fair catch called by Timmy Brown at the 41. And the Eagles will take over. 51 ticks left on the clock in this first quarter. I hope everyone enjoyed their Labor Day. Handoff for Montgomery. Shakes the tackle. Tries to get to the outside. Good job by Dick Lynch getting him around the ankle. Nothing doing there. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It'll be 2nd and 10. The Eagles get another play off. They will. They've got 6 seconds between the game clock and the play clock. Hurts changing something up. Handoff McCoy. McCoy off tackle. He's got some room in the Giants' territory down to the 45. So Sean McCoy is having his way rushing the ball so far. 8 carries, 65 yards. And that'll bring us to the end of quarter number 1. 6-0 Eagles as we start the second. 127 yards on the ground already for Philadelphia between Hurts and McCoy. Sprinkling of Wilbert Montgomery in that as well. Handoff. There's Montgomery. Pretty much the same play that McCoy just ran to Montgomery. Jukes a man down inside the 20 to the 17. And the Eagles are running it right down the Giants' throat here in the first half. This Giants defense is what kept them in games a year ago. They get after the quarterback well. But the Eagles are finding gaps on that line. Perhaps the line's aggressiveness being used against them here. Hurts stands in, pass, crossing route complete. Inside the 10, inside the 5, touchdown Philadelphia. Jeremy Maclin into the end zone for the score. And the Eagles will extend their lead. Drag route underneath. Maclin gets a step ahead of Lynch. Fights off the tackler to get into the end zone. Sam Baker, who missed his first extra point, comes on for this one. This one will go through much easier. 4 plays, 59 yards in 136. 13-0 Eagles early in quarter number 2. Weather has kind of forced things along the ground, but that's not bothering the Eagles at all because they have moved the ball on the Giants fairly easily to this point. Giants loaded with pass rush. They don't even have Strahan on the roster yet. He's still sitting in the massive pool. Leonard Marshall, Dexter Lawrence, Jason Pierre-Paul, and Jose Ventura. You've got Andy Robustelli as well, George Martin. So the Giants are just loaded with guys who can get after the quarterback on that line. Right now, that line is having a very hard time stopping the run. Collins and the Giants get back to work, starting from their 23. Handoff. Morris, nowhere to go. Loss of 2. 8 carries, 15 yards for Joe Morris so far. Eagles defense is very solid. lot of components of the 80s, early to mid 90s Eagles defense on this roster at this time. Collins, play action, looks left hand side, that's complete. Over near the sideline, Tucker brings it down, knocked out of bounds at the 41, but a first down for the Giants. Good throw there from Collins. Tucker gets a step on William Thompson. 10 for the Giants. Handoff up the middle. That's Ron Johnson, and Johnson loses it. But again, I think that one came out. It's a moot point. Homer Jones falls on it. But I think that ball came out after Johnson hit the ground. But the play will stand. Giants out to the Eagles 47 there as Ron Johnson gets his first carry of the game. Has better success than what Morris has had so far. But Morris is back in. He gets the carry here. Gets behind Brandon Jacobs down inside the 40 to the 37. It's a 9-yard pickup for him. Bradley brings him down, but it's 2nd and 1. Owens changes things as he comes up to the line. Drops back. Stands in. He's hit up the middle. That's Corey Simon. We've got our first sack of the game. Simon brings him down. Back at the 42. It'll be 3rd and 6. Owens under center. One setback. Stands. Roll. Dumps it out in the flat. Complete for Morris. But he doesn't have anywhere to go. He is brought down after a pickup of only 3. He needed 6. Wes Hopkins on the stop for the Eagles. And it'll be 4th and 3 for New York. So Dave Jennings will come on to punt again here, try to pin the Eagles deep in their end. Angles this one. Not a good pick from Jennings. You see LaShawn McCoy, 8 carries, 65 yards. So Eagles start off here from their 23. Shank job there from Dave Jennings. Hurts goes into the shotgun. Stands in, fires over the middle, incomplete. Hurts is only 1 of 5, but that completion, a 17-yard touchdown to Jeremy Macklin. This weather, of course, makes the passing game very difficult to get in a group. 2nd and 10 from the 23. Hurts, handoff. McCoy shoots the tackler, gets out over the 30, close to the blocker to the 33. Brian Kelly ultimately brings him down. Stopped just short of the marker. It'll be 3rd and inches. Hurts carried the ball a lot on that opening drive. He hasn't run with the ball since. Pressure up the middle, and Harry Carson gets through untouched. That was kind of a delayed blitz there from Carson. He hesitated off the snap and then shot through the gap, and Hurts, by the time he could have done anything, Carson was already in his face, and the Eagles will have to punt. So each side with 1 sack. Simon for the Eagles, Carson for the Giants. Sack in a flash, our friend D-Matt says. Yeah, Carson, good job there. Harry Carson was such a solid player. You know, he got overshadowed by being with Lawrence Taylor. But Carson was just a steady force in that Giants team. So New York takes over on their 40s. Good field position to start the drive. They've not really been able to move the ball much to this point. Of course, was this Giant squad's problem a year ago. And off Morris. Out across the 45 to the 46. Pick up a 5. 10 carries, 29 yards so far for Joe Morris. Formation again. Again, it's Morris. Morris fights his way near the marker. Stopped a spot at midfield. Seth Joyner wrestles him to the ground. Morris inches shy of a first down. Formation again. Ron Johnson is now in the backfield. There's a flag on the play. And it's a false start on the Giants. Roosevelt Brown, terrific tackle, but he made an early move there. And that one hurts. Moves him back 5 to the 45. It's now 3rd and 5. Collins drops. Pressure up the middle, and down he goes. That's William Thomas. And the Giants give up their second sack here in the first half. Thomas shoots the middle. Nobody there to pick him up. Down goes Collins. 4th and 10, and Dave Jennings will come on to punt once more. Again, this Giants offense just can't get anything rolling as of yet. Fair catch called by Timmy Brown at the 20. How do you feel with Sean McCoy has a terrific game so far on the ground. The Giants would just look to get that 0 off the board before halftime. Now, defense is going to have to put the clamps on the Eagles. Little surprised we haven't seen Hurts. Again, Hurts dominated that first drive on the ground. He hasn't run it since. Quick, out. There's Pete Retzloff, his tight end, reels it in. Pick up with 7. Out to the 28. Brian Kelly on the stop for New York. Clock keeps rolling down towards the 6-minute mark. Off. There's McCoy, and again, McCoy finds a hole. He's out past midfield, and McCoy closing in on the 100-yard mark here in this first half. The Giants have no answers for the Eagles' ground game to this point. It was Hurts on the opening drive, and McCoy and Montgomery. And a lot of it is going over that right tackle. Big Bob Brown out there for the Eagles on the offensive line. There again, they run to the right side off the tackle. Pick up a 4 to the 45. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, loads of pass rushing talent on this Giants defensive line. But right now, they're getting pushed off the line in terms of the run game. A little bit of a jet sweep there. Giants don't fall for that. Antrell Roll reads that play beautifully. Blows it up for the loss. It'll be 3rd and 8. Hurts goes to the shotgun. He's got Wilbert Montgomery to his right-hand side. Stands in, looks over the middle, diving, grab complete. Nelson Aguilar down to the Giants 25, picked up a 21 and a first down for Philadelphia. Mason Sehorn with him, but Aguilar lays out, makes the grab. And it's a first down for Philadelphia. Giants got to try to limit them to 3 here. Handoff, Montgomery. Trap route down to the 22, picked up a 3. 5 carries, 33 yards for Wilbert Montgomery. You can see the Eagles getting 6-7 yards a pop, seemingly every carry here in this first half. Giants personnel defensively too good to continue to allow that to happen. Fake handoff to Montgomery, dumps it off. Retzlaff, a little tight end out. Retzlaff fights off 2 tacklers. He's driven out of bounds. But it'll be first and goal for Philadelphia from the Giants, 2. Pete Retzlaff bowling his way down inside the 10. Crowd here in Philly loving what they're seeing so far from the home squad. Boy, the lone setback. Hurts lost his footing a bit there, and he's brought down. Rookie Carl Banks and Jason Pierre-Paul. That's actually going to go down as a sack, albeit one of a short loss. Both sides now have 2 sacks, second and goal. That'll get us to the 2-minute warning. 13-0 Eagles in the pouring, driving rain at Lincoln Financial Field. Opening game of year 2 here in the FSFL. Shotgun Hurts, fires back to the end zone, reeled in, and it's Retzlaff for the score. Pete Retzlaff, the tight end, nice grab there. Let's see if we can get a look at the feet. I think he's in. Right foot down, left foot down. I think that's a good catch. Carson right there with him, but Hurts puts it in perfectly. Retzlaff reels it in. They are going to review it, though.
Previous play is under review.
See if we get a look. Right? Did he have possession when that right foot was initially on the ground? And that play is going to stand. It's going to be a touchdown for the Eagles.
After review of the play, ruling winner field stands.
So 19-0 Philadelphia. We'll see if they elect to go for 2 or just take the simple extra point here in the first half. Again, Baker missed an extra point earlier on. Put this one up and through. 20-0, 9 plays, 79 yards, and 452. It has been all Eagles here in this first half. Giants just can't get anything going offensively and are having a devil of a time slowing down the Eagles' running attack. Now the Eagles have opened it up, started passing a little. 2 minutes left. Both sides have all 3 of their timeouts, which means that the Giants, A, have to, and B, probably would anyway, run their offense here, try to get that 0 off the board before heading into the tunnel. Bradshaw on the kick return out across the 20 to the 24. 54 remaining in the half. And we'll be doing something new here on the channel. I'll be doing a week in terms of game week, not real life game. I'm hoping I'll move a little bit faster than a week ratio. Collins starts in the shotgun here. Pressure up the middle. Collins has to get rid of that. He's hit by Simon. He fumbles, and the Giants recover, and they catch a break. Second sack of the game for Simon. Third sack of the game for the Eagles. Collins lost that one. Roosevelt Brown picks it up, and the Giants catch a break there. That would have been a disaster had the Eagles recovered that. Sacked for a loss of 11, back at the 13, and the Eagles are kind of pinning the ears back and just coming to get the Giants. What I was saying is I'll be doing a highlight show that'll show all the games are being played out because I'm running year 2 in exhibition mode instead of franchise mode because of the glitchy flawed thing in that franchise. It gives me a bit more control over the league and the setup and the playbooks and all that. So I'll be splicing together the highlights of all of the games of the week, the ones that I've done live and the other games that I've just played kind of in the background at home or whatever, while I'm out walking the dog and whatnot. So we'll be doing kind of a weekend review show, which will hopefully keep everybody in tune with everything that's going on in the league. It'll let me kind of shape stories and stuff like that. Just kind of give people a little bit more of a feel as to what's going on here in the FSFL. Jennings with a punt. Brown has it at his 47. He's at midfield. So 1:04 left on the clock, but the Eagles at midfield. And they do still have 2 of their timeouts. This could go from bad to worse for the Giants very, very quickly. Hurts in the shotgun. And then look, over the middle, complete. He's got that connection going with Retzloff here in this one down to the 39. 4th catch of the game for Retzloff. Hurts 6 of 10 so far. Clock keeps moving. Eagles not using a timeout as of yet. Snap to Hurts. Stands in, looks deep, right-hand side, complete. That is reeled in by Nelson Aguilar, out of bounds at the 7, but Hurts throws a dart. Corner route, Aguilar gets to the outside, and Hurts places it perfectly. 1st and goal, Philadelphia. And the Giants are just in stunned disbelief at this point. They were very, very hopeful they could come in here and their defense could have an impact against the Eagles. It has not worked out that way. Hurts to Mike Quick. Touchdown, Eagles. And it is 26-0 in the waning moments of the first half. And right now, it feels like the only people the rain is pouring on are the Giants. An absolute torrential downpour here in Philadelphia. And the Giants are getting swept away in the flood. 26-0 Eagles, 29 seconds remaining in the half. His opening week has been, and wow, Baker's going to miss a 2nd extra point. I'll tell you, the Eagles are not going to be able to tolerate that for too long. It's easier to tolerate than a 26-0 blowout. Whether or not, you cannot have your kicker missing a pair of extra points. So, 26-0 Eagles, 29 seconds left. You can see, man, from that camera angle, you can see it is really, really coming down here in Philadelphia. Ahmad Bradshaw takes the kick at the 11. Out of course the 20, out of course the 25. Up to the 26, and the Giants will take over. 3 timeouts left, but I got to think the Giants are just going to run the ball here and get themselves into the tunnel. Maybe they're not going to want to go in the tunnel given the beratement that is going to occur in that locker room. The Giants have done basically nothing right here in the first half. Collins in the gun. Giants are going to be aggressive. Look, right-hand side, incomplete. That sailed way away. Collins only 3 of 8 here in this first half. I disagree with this from a Giants perspective. The Eagles have 2 timeouts and could stop the clock. If you're the Giants, you don't want to take the chance of giving the Eagles field position. That one dumped over the middle. Tucker makes the play. And it's actually the Giants who call a timeout to create a on 3rd and 7. That's poor management. That's poor clock management. And again, Madden's clock management is usually fairly good, except for silly things like the rushing the punt squad out there on the end of a half and stuff like that. And that's exactly why you don't do it. Collins on the out route. Wes Hopkins jumps it and picks it off. And the Eagles take over from the Giants 34. Collins looking for Homer Jones. Hopkins reels it in, and Collins is very lucky that was not a pick 6. Ron Johnson on the stop saves that from being a score. 11 seconds on the clock. Baker has had a miserable time kicking in this. Again, he missed 2 extra points. He did hit a field goal. That's actually the first turnover. Hurts stands in. Pass. Oh, that sailed on him. He had Jeremy Maclin there, but it goes over the wrong shoulder. That one sailed a bit on Jalen Hurts. Incomplete. But because if he connects with Maclin there, that's a touchdown. He did not have a defensive back anywhere near him. 2nd and 10 Eagles. Pass there. Incomplete. So 5 seconds on the clock. Again, 51 yards is a tough kick for Sam Baker in ideal conditions. But may as well let him try it here. Baker from 51. Kick is up. Actually had the distance, but he pushes it to the right. So Baker misses the kick. I think there actually ended up being a second left on the clock. So the Giants will actually get an opportunity at a play here from their own 41. I don't imagine it's going to be a Hail Mary and just hope for something. Put it to the low side. Collins dropped. And back heaves it down the field. Strum falls harmlessly, incomplete. And that will take us to halftime. 26-0. It has been all Eagles here in Philadelphia. A dominating performance by Philadelphia and a disastrous first half of year 2 for the New York Giants. There you see Hurts scampering in for the first score of the game. And Hurts took over that initial drive. He hasn't really run it since then, but it opened everything else up for the Eagles. Extended animations here before the second half starts. So the Eagles, on top of everything else, will actually get the ball. To start things off as if things couldn't get any worse for New York. Kick taken at the 7. Brown out across the 20 to the 24. And that's where Philadelphia will start out. McCoy out to the 30, picks up 6. Second and 4 coming up. Handoff. Out across the 35, out across the 40 to the 43. McCoy continues to just be able to run at will. Out to the 43. And 10. Handoff. Boyd out to the 45. Pick up of 2, 2nd and 8. apologies. I got a little commotion out in front of my house right now. I wasn't sure what's going on. Hurts there, tries to fake. Giants don't fall for it. 3rd and 7 from the 46. Carries, only 14 passes for the Eagles. Throwing, Hurts. Wings are around, pick. Oh, and that was almost picked off. Hurts gets lucky there. And trail roll almost intercepted that one. That was an ill-advised pass from Hurts on a day when virtually everything has gone right. Perhaps he went a little bit too risky there. Button comes on to punt. Towards the sideline, out of bounds at the 22, and that's where Collins and the Giants will take over. And 10. Up back. Count. Look. Left-hand side, incomplete. And coming up. Drop. Pass complete. That'll be a first down out across the 35 to the 37. Del Schaffner, his first catch of the game. Picks up 15. Schaffner from the top 10 in receptions a year ago. And up the middle. Lawrence, not too much there. Picks up 3. 12 carries, 37 yards on the day for Joe Marks. And 7 from the 39. And there's movement there, and I think the Giants may have moved first. And it is. It's a false start on New York. 2nd and 12 from the 34.
Still 2nd down.
Collins, high formation behind him. Hand off March. Tries to get to the outside. Eagles are all over it. So on a 2nd and long, they like to try to run and make it shorter, and the Eagles need that as well. The Eagles are just been a step ahead of the Giants from the jump here. 3rd and 12 from the 35. Collins drops, hooks, left side near the sideline, incomplete, and the Giants will have to punt again. No sign of this improving for New York. Jennings with the punt. Brown takes it at the 24. Out across the 30 to the 34. Injury on the play. Guess who that was, actually. 89. I'm actually not sure who that is. Somebody just trying to get out of this game for the Giants and avoid the butt kicking the rest of the way. So the Eagles take over. Hurts in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the 34. 10:01 remaining in the 3rd. It's been all Phillies. Here in the storm at Lincoln Financial. Pick up with 7 from McCoy. 131 yards on the ground. 2nd and 3. Appreciate you all tuning in. I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day, however it is you spent it. Appreciate you wrapping it up with me. Option there. Hurts tries to get to the marker. He's brought down there by Antrell Roll. Doesn't get to the marker. 3rd and 2 from the 40 coming up. Handoff. Up over a yard, and that's it. So Boy gets stopped by Jones shy of the marker. 4th and 1 coming up from the 43. Boy evaded the first tackler, but and then ran into the back of his own lineman. No reason for the Eagles to attempt to go for it there, so they will punt. Tommy Hutton will come on. Send this one back. Ahmad Bradshaw. Stopped at the 25, and the Giants will take over. 8 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. Still 26-0 Eagles. Nothing has gone right to this point for the New York Giants. Off Marks, been doing 14 carries, 37 yards for Joe Marks. That is not going to get it done. Defense feeling it right now. Everything is going their way. High formation. Collins, short drop, short slant, complete. Knocked down short of the marker. Del Schaffner, 2nd catch of the game, out to the 35, will be 30 inches. Furman Edwards plays to win the game. Indeed, are winning this one. Handle 26-0. Handoff, first down. Lawrence gets out to the 40, to the 41. They'll spot it, and the chains will move. Formation behind Collins. Play action. Collins, look, near side, complete along the sideline. Pick up a 6 on the out route to Brandon Jacobs out of the back. First catch of the game, Jacobs. It'll be 2nd and 4. Handoff. Not too much there. Once again, it's Marks. From the 48. Up on 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. And Marks tries to get to the outside. There is nothing there. Furman Edwards, first man to him. Shy of the marker. And it's 4th and 1. And if you're the Giants at this point, it kind of almost feels like you got to go for it. I know you have quarter and another 4.5 minutes remaining. But you need something to try and get momentum here. But the Giants are going to punt. Dave Jennings comes on again. Play the field possession game here. Try to pin the Eagles' lead. Once again, Jennings just not able, and that is uncharacteristic. Jennings usually very good at pinning the ball deep. Again, on a day where just nothing has gone right for the Giants. Even the special teams have faltered. So, 26-0 Eagles who start off the drive from their 26. 4:25 left in quarter number 3. incomplete. 10. Up the middle, nothing there. Boy, a rare time in this one gets stuck. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 25. In the shotgun. Short drop, fires over the middle, complete. There's Retzloff again. Out to the 45. Hurts now 9 of 17 for 138. Modest totals, but 3 touchdown passes. That's the 5th catch for Retzloff. Kind of gets a pick set by Mike Quick. No call on the play. Hurts, deep, right-hand side, sideline, incomplete. Eagles trying to put a final nail in the Giants' coffin there, go deep down the field, but are unable to convert. It'll be 2nd and 10. Hurts fire over the middle, incomplete. Third and 10. In the gun, stands in. Giants putting pressure on. Hurts tries to get outside. He can't. Carl Banks comes in and gets that sack. That's 1.5 for Banks. 3rd sack for the game for the Giants. Look at that. Hurts tries to get to the outside. Banks takes the inside track on his defender and is able to get loose and wrap Hurts up. Nice play there by Carl Banks. We have not been able to say much about the Giants in this one. Hutton will come on to punt. Fair catch call by Bradshaw. Back at the 28. .2:15 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Giants still looking at a big old donut on the scoreboard. Bang that like button if you haven't had it yet. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will consider doing so. Well, all the action of the Franchise Stars Football League, the upcoming year 5 of the Franchise Stars Baseball League as well. Morris gobbled up there for a loss of a yard. Quinton Michael comes up for the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 11. And up. Ripped up. I'm with Asante Samuel coming up and getting in for the Eagles. It's 3rd and 13. Giants being a bit stubborn in trying to stick with the run. Morris has not been able to get anything going. The passing game hasn't gotten going either. And there's another, that's going to be another false start on the Giants. Absolutely nothing going right for New York. Self-inflicted wounds on top of everything else. Take. Pass. Complete. First down. The 45 to the 47. 3rd catch of the game for Schauffer. And it's 1st and 10. The Giants finally able to get some movement. Inside 40 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. And Morris broken down to the ground by Byron Evans. Loss of a yard. There is just no opening for the Giants to try to set anything up with the run in this ballgame. If they try to call one more play before the 3rd quarter comes to a close, and they will not. So a scoreless 3rd quarter, but the Eagles don't mind that because they were up 26-0 at the half, and that's how it stays as we head to the 4th. 2nd and 11 for the Giants from their 46-yard line. Eagles have gone over 200 yards rushing in this game. Hurts and McCoy doing most of the damage. He shot down the right-hand side. Asante Samuel right there with Frank Gifford. He's got no room. 3rd and 11. Inside the 40, down inside the 35 to the 32. Tucker really good. Collins and the Giants get a break there. That just would have been... You might have seen the Giants walk off the field if that had gotten picked. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Drops, looks to the near side, complete near the sideline. That's Ron Johnson out of the backfield, down to the 26. Collins down to the end of the 21. First pass for Johnson to pick up at 7. There's movement again. And again, it's the Giants. I believe that's Tucker, tight end, who actually moved early. 3rd and 8.
Still 3rd down.
Again, just self-inflicted wounds on top of being completely outplayed. Not helping the Giants. That's Morris, and Morris has an opening down inside the 20. Down to the 16, best carry of the game for Joe Morris. Since his first carry was the one. Other than that, he hadn't done anything until that carry. Down to the Eagles' 16-yard line. 1st and 10. Collins in the gun. Snap. Away draw. Morris picks up 4 down to the 11. Thomas on the stop for the Eagles. And 6. Again, it's Morris. Morris bounces it to the outside. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Joe Morris. And the Giants are on the board here in Philadelphia. Morris tries to go up the middle. It's stuffed, but he popped it to the outside and had a clear path to the end zone. And Joe Morris gets the Giants on the scoreboard with their first points of year 2 here in the FSFL. That'll go down as an 11-yard touchdown run for Joe Morris. Lawrence Hines comes on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 11 plays, 81 yards in 5:03. Something to try to build on for the Giants, although they still are in a heavy hole here, 26-7. At a minimum, they got that 0 off the scoreboard. Now will come the kickoff. We'll see. The Giants can get the Eagles into a 3-and-out situation. you might see the Giants start to get a little bit of hope. Here's the kick. Brown back to receive, takes it at the 8. Across the 20. Good job there. That's Brian Kelly on the stop. Hammers them at the 21, and that's where Hurts and the Eagles will take over. From the 21. Boy. Back with Hurts. Gets the handoff. Giants swarm him. Picked up a yard. To the 22. For the Eagles, they're certainly not panicking about that Giants touchdown. They're still very comfortable in this game. Try to keep the clock. Get a couple of first downs on it. Hurts keeps it on the option. He had no room. It's blown off. Carl Banks brings Hurts to the ground there on 3rd and 10 coming up. Giants showing some signs of life here. Big 3rd down coming up. Hurts cross back. They go with the delayed draw. McCoy out across the 25 to the 27, but not anywhere near enough. He stopped 4 yards short. So the Eagles clearly still in the mind that they've got a comfortable lead and just want to run the clock on the Giants as much as possible. Don't risk turning the ball over in their own end. Handoff comes up short, but they'll punt and keep the clock running. We'll get down inside the 10 minutes. Fair catch ball. Not quite inside the 10 minutes. Giants will start from their 37, 10:09 remaining, 26-7 Eagles. And the Giants get down the field relatively quickly. In the gun. Stands in, backs up, pass, dumps it off. Ron Johnson out of the backfield, gets a good block. Johnson down inside the 45, Johnson down inside the 40, down to the 38. Ron Johnson out of the backfield. Collins under pressure, dumps it off. Johnson got a good block ahead of him and a big gain there down to the Eagles' 38-yard line. Wes Hopkins brings him down. But the Giants playing with a bit of momentum here. 1st and 10. Collins, look, left side, incomplete. He had Homer Jones, and he overthrew him. It'll be 2nd and 10. Look, pass incomplete. So now a big 3rd down. 3rd and 10 from the 38. Now here at Lincoln Financial trying to get this Eagles defense back on track. Collins stands in. Pressure coming. Fire. Pass. Incomplete. Off the hands, but can't be held on to. Michael in coverage. Ended for Bob Tucker, and it'll be 4th and 10. Now, if you're the Giants, it kind of feels like you got to go for it here. That's a 55-yard attempt for times, and in this weather, that's not going to happen. So the Giants go for it. 4th and 10 from the 38. Collins drops, stands in. Good protection. Pass. Reeled in at the marker, complete. Ron Johnson, and it's a 1st down. Needed 10, got 11. Ron Johnson, a terrific receiver out of the backfield. And Collins hits him for the first down. The Giants convert on 3rd and 10, and they're not dead yet. Collins under center. Stands in. Looks over the middle. Incomplete. Collins 12 of 27 for 168 and a pick. Certainly not a great day for Kerry Collins. Formation. Pitch. March tries to get to the outside. He gets cut down there by Byron Evans. At the 26, it'll be 3rd and 8. Look at you. Formation. And Johnson hurdles the defender down inside the 15, first down. So Ron Johnson continues to produce on this drive for the Giants. 1st and 10 down to the 14. Clock coming up on 7 minutes. Giants get into the end zone here, and we've got a whole new ball game. Collins drops. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Second and 10. Stands in. Swings it. Dumps it off to Jacobs. Good open field tackle. Jacobs, a tough man to bring down. He's taken down at the 12 by William Thomas. 3rd and 8. In the gun. Pass. End zone. And it's picked off. Picked off by Wes Hopkins. And that should pretty much secure it for the Eagles. Collins takes a shot at the end zone. Wes Hopkins with the interception. His second of the game. And that will do it. For all intents and purposes, I'd have to think anyway. Again, that drive ate up some clock. And the Giants come out of it empty-handed. It's a 3-score game, and the Eagles take over with 6:18 remaining from their 20-yard line. Collins went for the shot in the end zone. Hopkins picks it off. Here's McCoy up the middle. Pulls his way out to the 25, picked up with 5, 144 yards on the ground in this one for LaShawn McCoy, and Collins stopped. And then 5. Changing something up. Handoff. Boy again, out across the 30 to the 31. Up of 6, 1st and 10, James will move. Into the shotgun. Another handoff, and again it's McCoy. McCoy gets to the outside across midfield in the Giants' territory down to the 48. A heck of a game from LaShawn McCoy. Remember, McCoy was injured in week 16 a year ago. Missed the end of the regular season and missed the postseason for these Eagles. So LaShawn McCoy coming out and running like an angry man here at the start of year 2. Another handoff. This one over Montgomery. Down inside the 45 to the 44. 6 carries, 37 yards for Montgomery. Dick Lynch brings him down as the clock continues to go. and 6 from the 44. Quick in motion. Takes a little jet sweep. They give it to Montgomery. And that one blown up by Brian Kelly. 6 solo tackles on the game for Kelly. It'll be 37 for the Eagles. In the gun. And off McCoy. Down to the 41. It'll be 4th down. Harry Carson on the stop. So by the time the Eagles get this punt off, we'll be inside the 3-minute mark. Hutton will try to pin the Giants deep. Angle kick. Fair catch is called. It bounces inside the 10, goes out of bounds at the 6. And that's where the Giants will take over. So Collins back on the field after throwing the pick in the end zone on the Giants' last drive. And the Eagles, 26 points in the first half. They've been held scoreless in the second half by this Giants defense. Somewhat surprisingly, the Eagles haven't really been forcing the action in the second. Collins, pass over the middle, incomplete. Eagles are going to be tough, man. Eagles are going to be tough to deal with. Like they were in year 1. They can stay healthy at the end of the season. Is the limit for this squad. They're a very solid, well-rounded team. A little weak at wide receiver, but by no means bad. Mike Quick, isn't a top guy at the level of other teams' receivers, but he's certainly solid enough. Hurts, run the ball a bit. Defense is very solid. Pass near the sideline, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 10 from the 6. We'll see if the Giants go for it. It's kind of academic at this point. And they are going to punt. The Giants kind of recognizing what everybody else has recognized as well. This one is pretty much over. Fair catch called by Brown at the 43. Somebody will get back to work. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. I don't think you're going to see anybody take one. But stranger things have certainly happened. One set. And off. Boy, brought down in the backfield by Robistelli. And trips over. After the tackle, again, that's kind of a sign of how the game has gone for the Giants. Even when they make a good play, something negative happens. That'll take us to the 2-minute warning.
It's not like we can freeze the defense. We gotta make a play.
So the rain has not let up. And the Eagles certainly didn't let up in the first half. But again, the Giants have held them scoreless here in the second half. The Giants just haven't been able to muster enough offensive counter. Boy brought down off of the yard. 3rd and 11 from the 40. His clock continues to tick down. 41 carries, 19 passes for the Eagles. Ground game has served them well in the slot. Here in rainy Philadelphia, McCoy on 3rd and 11 gets down inside the 35 to the 34. Heavy load from McCoy in this one, but he certainly hasn't shown any signs of it bothering. stiff arm there, throws Dick Lynch to them. So 4th and 2 from the 34. Punt, no punt. They won't try the 51-yard field. No reason. Angle this one towards the sideline. It's out at the 17, and that's where the Giants will take over with 37 seconds remaining. Shotgun for Kerry Collins. Looks deep, right-hand side along the sideline, incomplete. 13 of 34, a pair of picks for Collins. Obviously numbers that are not going to get it done for the Giants. Collins had a pretty solid year in year one. Giants just couldn't get any consistency going offensively. The defense, while good, just couldn't compensate. 3rd and 10, 26 seconds left off the clock. Stands in, looks towards the sideline, incomplete. 4th and 10 coming up. We gotta think Jennings will come on to punt. Well, it won't really matter once the Eagles get the ball back, regardless. And they're gonna go for it on the 4th and 10. If they fail, the Eagles will just take a knee on the clock. Collins looks, pass at the marker, complete, 1st down. The Tucker reels it in. Giants convert on the 4th and 10. Out to the 28. 4 catches, 56 yards for Bob Tucker. Stands in, looks. Laying out, unable to come up with it is Homer Jones. It'll be 2nd and 10. Nine seconds remaining. Looks. Pass again. Incomplete. Anything that's been an out route, it feels like Collins has kind of airmailed. Again, by no means easy conditions for a quarterback. But Collins just not played well. 3rd and 10. Stands in. Time expires. Collins is going to air it out. Deep ball. Scrum. Kicked off. And I believe, oh no, that's Herman Edwards, not Wes Hopkins. Edwards pulls it down. 3rd interception of the game thrown by Collins, and this one wraps it up here in Philadelphia. So it's a rain-soaked win for the Philadelphia Eagles, who picked up where they left off a year ago with a strong, strong performance. Giants will try to regroup in week 2. Again, just a terrible job there by Collins. Sean McCoy, 184 yards on the ground. Jalen Hurts ran all over the Giants on the opening drive. McCoy took it from there. The Eagles just kept on driving it on the ground because they had no reason to change from that. So a strong performance from the Eagles, a disappointing one from the Giants. Appreciate you tuning in here as always. Again, give me a day or two, and then I'll have the week 1 wrap-up show, and then we will get going with week 2 quickly. Again, each week we will do 3 broadcasts. I did 4 from the opening weekend. I want to do any all 4 teams who made the conference championship game a year ago. But going forward, we'll do 3 streams from each week on the schedule, do the weekly recap show, and then move on to the following week. So thank you as always for tuning in. Bang that like button if you haven't as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. Eagles open up year 2 with a win over the Giants.